Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is another celebrity brand. This is Aviation Gin, coming in at 42% ABV, behind Ryan Reynolds. I mean, to be honest, I try not to let celebrities swoo me into buying their stuff. But he is the reason I picked up Aviation Gin. I'm just going to be honest. Many years ago, when he first started promoting the brand, he actually bought into the company. And I go, I've got to find a bottle of it. And again, I was a gin drinker fairly decently. Didn't really get too in depth into gins. But I do like to revisit them now and again just because it's kind of like your roots kind of situation. Rum made me get into whiskey, and gin made me get into liquor in general, especially in the mixed drink area. So as always, we're going to be doing this two different ways. First way, we're going to be going neat, no ice, no water. We'll add a drop of water, see if anything changes up. You know, as always with any liquor, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. So we'll see if anything changes up on that. Normally it doesn't, but you just never know. Now, one thing I will say, as much as I love their bottle, I love this design. This bottle design is gorgeous. Very much the Aviation line, like streamlined look, the lines in the back, beautiful. But this screw cap, it is the bane of my existence because I've had these leak on me so many times. I've had them leak in shipping. I've had them leak just going home. I don't understand, but it is plastic, and change this cap. As much as I love it, it doesn't seal well. Welcome to my TED Talk, because it's annoying. I've had them leak just going home, where it just accidentally bumps over and just leans a little bit. Aviation does an Old Tom gin as well, which is barrel-aged gin, and during its shipping process, it leaked. And luckily, they got me taken care of on that. But just doing this in the car, and it can leak out. So fair warning on that. As gin goes, you know, pretty crystal clear on that. Very light. So let's go for notes. Very juniper forward. Unlike some gins that we've done reviewing in recent times. You get a bit of that spice in there, that cardamom. It's got that spicy note. But you get also that floral note as well. Like a lavender. But that spice, that cardamom spice, juniper lavender mix. It's beautiful. It's very, very fragrant, as gins tend to be. But that lavender is jumping out of the glass pretty strong. Let's go for taste. Wow. Lavender for days on the taste. Finish is almost gone now. I was going to start talking about it. Wow. Definitely you get that herbal grass note in there. That lavender, it's like I accidentally ate lavender, like right from the stem. Like I'm chewing on it. Spice notes there. Little ABV on the taste. Not much on the nose. I forgot to mention that. That spice note. Very spice forward. Very earthiness to it too. Again, it's very much lavender off the stem. That is really shining there. There's some other spices. I'm getting like a little bit of a licorice note in there, so probably some star anise. But the juniper, surprisingly, it's not as juniper forward on the taste, unless that's part of that grassy note that I'm getting. But definitely lavender, spice are tangoing very well. You're left with that little bit of pine note, but I'm left with even more just solid lavender. Now that I've said the pine note, I'm getting a little more pine on the taste now. And I'm 3 sips in, so things keep changing. Yeah, those would be what I get. And I'm still getting that lavender, maybe not quite as potent as I keep sipping on it. That pine is kind of popping up there a little stronger. Definitely got that earthiness to it. Yeah, pretty solid. All right, yeah. Let's add a little bit of water, see what changes up here. I'm not much of a tonic person. I have not found a tonic water or anything like that with gin that I like. I usually put gin on the rocks or, throw it in some lemonade or something like that as a mixer. I love this bottle. This bottle sells itself. Look at that. It is gorgeous. Very heavy bottle. It's a very thick glass. Okay. Let's see what changes up here. Still get that juniper, and that pine note is now popping out a little bit stronger on the nose. The lavender is kind of dialed back a bit. It's still there. It's almost like a lavender soap quality. But it's not bad. Definitely the juniper and the pine note are coming up at the top there. Let's go for taste. Wow. I just licked a pine tree. The pine note is jumping. Pine, you still get a bit of that spice, but the pine note, that juniper pine note is dominating. You still get that lingering lavender note. I don't get quite as much licorice on there. But that pine note, low ABV on the taste. But the difference is pretty striking. I did not expect to see that much of a difference in the two. I think I usually say that on gins. So yeah, I would say that it's still got the spice, but that juniper and that juniper / pine note really taking over with a little bit of spice in there and a little bit of that lavender note. They're all right there, but the first two, the juniper is really taking over now. Finish is pretty quick on it. It's pretty much a drive-by. But still not bad. All right. Yeah, pretty solid. All right, let's talk about... All right, yeah, still pretty solid though. So let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price. I was able to pick this up at a Total Wine for $20. Usually when I shop around, I've seen it as low as like 18 at some locations online, but they're not stores I really know of. Most places in my area, though, if I just go to a regular store, besides Total Wine, usually sell between 23 to 25. Sometimes as high as 27, 28. But if you can get it for $20, obviously that's the best buy to get on it. Look, if you're not a gin fan, this isn't going to change anything for you. If you are a gin fan, you probably already had this. It's pretty solid. I love the lavender notes. That lavender just jumps out so well on this one. The pine note shows up beautifully strong on the watered version, but that lavender note with that little bit of licorice note, that star anise, is really good in there. And I don't have another gin on my shelf right now that's like that. So, and I will also note, you can actually find half bottle sizes of this one around as well. So, if you're not totally dedicated on a full 750, you can find the 375s usually. So yeah, there you go. Aviation gin, pretty solid. Again, for a celebrity bought into brand, I like it. So, there you have it, Aviation Gin, a pretty solid bought-into celebrity brand. If you have any questions about it, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits you would like me to take a look at and try, also let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to find them if it sounds like something I might be interested in. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.